What's going on? What's going on, family? This is Negus Royce Wheeler coming to you from Power Plug Radio here in St. Petersburg, Florida. Once again, I'd like to say thank you to Chandra and the Power Plug family for having me. And what we're going to be talking about today, of course, is WeathCare. Um, so a lot has happened actually in the last 2 weeks. I wasn't here last week, so we have a lot to talk about. So just some things that happened 2 weeks ago, as far as Biden and some of the things that have happened since he came into office. Because his first day in office was a big doozy for investors. One of the things that Biden did, and I want you guys to make sure that you're getting your pens and pencils and your papers so you could write down some of this information. I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of information. We're going to be taking some breaks so you could soak in this information. Make sure you get your phones out so you can Google some of this information, because one of the things that we want to have, make sure that you guys are doing, are researching. One of the main problems that we have in the community is the lack of research and the lack of willingness to research. So I want you guys to write down what I'm talking about, take heed to it, research it. If I'm wrong, hey, it happens. Let me know I'm wrong. But what we're going to start off with is we're going to talk about Reddit, Robin Hood. We're going to talk about Dogecoin. We're going to also, like I said, we're going to talk about Biden and what he did, because on the first day that he got into office, what he did was really allow crypto investors, and if you guys know me, you know I'm heavy into cryptocurrency. He gave us some time to really get things going. He put a 90-day pause on a lot of things. So he gave the cryptocurrency space some time to really figure things out, regulate itself, get things going, straighten itself out, balance itself out. So with that, I really, it really looks like he's setting it up for us to allow this space to be fruitful. So with that being said, you guys, if you follow me, you know I'm big on crypto. We're actually going to be doing an intro to crypto course February 27th at 11 a.m. I'm going to be dropping that this week. I'm going to be also distributing out my book that's dropping from the printer this week. So I'm looking forward to those two things and getting that information out to you. Outside of that, let's talk about Reddit. Reddit has come into the news lately because the Robinhood shutdown. If anybody has been watching, you've noticed that there was a group on Reddit, a Wall Street group, that pretty much what they did was they saw that a hedge fund called Melvin Capital, okay, Google Melvin Capital, they saw that a hedge fund had been, they were going to short GameStop stock, alrighty. Reddit, this group is very much against, companies profiting off of things such as this. So they were aware that a number of hedge funds had shorted GameStop, and when you're shorting GameStop, what they were doing was essentially betting that the company's stock price would fall. That main company was Melvin Capital, and so they saw this and they went ahead and they drove the stock up. If you were watching the stock, we're talking about a stock that was $2 to $3 that essentially jumped up to $200 to $300 within 2 days, bringing a lot of people a lot of money and helping with groups such as Melvin Capital lose a lot of money. So, of course, we understand the country that we're in. We are in the U.S. of A., and we understand that they are in the business of not losing money. That is not something that they're going to support. They're not going to support big businesses losing money, because due to the fact that we just got rid of a pandemic, and there were a lot of companies that lost money. There were a lot of companies that had to get funding just to make sure that they operate properly. So with this fund, not only did they lose a lot of money, this fund, but a lot of other hedge funds lost money too. But what you really have to do is take a deeper look into what you are investing in. When you take a deeper look into this, and you start to take a look at Robinhood, which everybody started to do, and I'm going to talk about the reason why I don't like Robinhood. I've talked about this numerous times, but it is a great platform for beginners to get a taste in the game, get some skin in the game, which people like Jabbar Amin, when they talk about that, they talk about how important that is. It's very important for you guys to get skin in the game. So that was a vehicle that allowed that. But what we had to really figure out was that Robinhood, they carry out trades they're sort of like a middleman. All right, they're sort of like a middleman, but they're a great middleman. They for the last 7 years, they have really taken the time to build their reputation. All righty, they've really taken the time to build that. So what they do is they carry out trades by routing those trades to other firms to execute in the market. All right, so let's get that understanding. They carry out trades by routing those trades to other firms, all righty, to execute in the market. One of those firms, and I want you to write this name down, is Citadel Securities. Citadel Securities. Go ahead and Google them. Go ahead and research them. All righty. They have the owner of Citadel Securities. He's invested in things such as the Charlotte Hornets, which is owned by Michael Jordan. So that right there lets you know that, okay, we have the owner. He's a mega billionaire. He's involved with people like Michael Jordan, who most likely is involved in investing in things like this. So, you have Michael Jordan, you have other groups of people who are involved with investments that Michael Jordan are invested in, who also lost money in this. Alrighty. So now what happens is they carry out these trades for Citadel Securities. Alrighty, Citadel Securities is one big circle. So of course, the complicated issue then becomes how involved are they and who's really losing the money. So come to find out, a lot of the people who are investing in Citadel Securities, Citadel LLC, who funds Robinhood, they were all part of this. So Robinhood then begins to halt trades. A lot of the retail investors, that's what they pretty much call the small man. You're going to be considered a retail investor, all righty? You're not part of that 1%. The retail investors had their trades halted. They couldn't buy in. They couldn't get out. We're watching this trade. We're watching the stock drop. We can't get. And the unfortunate thing about that was you had those people who were already involved in GameStop who were not bothered. All righty. That's the thing about this. You're going to have those people who have been involved in GameStop for years, for months. They had been involved in it since the summertime. They really felt like GameStop was going to come up because we are in a pandemic. People want to play games. People want to be involved in that space. So they invested in this back in June, July. So you have kids who were invested in this who, as they spoke about, this kid who had $60 invested who instantly turned that into, over $3,000. You had people who were involved in hedge funds, such as Melvin Capital. They invest in this. So they, and what we call a hedge fund is when we're hedging something, we're trying to stop the loss of another security that we have. So, you have people that were involved in these hedge funds who they may be losing another security. Now their whole hedge fund is losing. Now they're looking bad. Now they're making calls to Melvin Capital. Now what is Melvin Capital going to do? They're going to reach out to Citadel. Citadel's then going to reach out to Robinhood, and Robinhood's then going to halt. Alrighty, Robinhood's going to tell you that they have rules to follow. They have all of this, but they're also, they're not going to tell you who they're funded by. So we have to be very careful when we're investing. We have to be very responsible. The unfortunate thing about this is I cannot feel bad for the community that I reach out to because I have been speaking against Robinhood for a very long time. I have been speaking against that. I actually had a brother reach out to me. We're in 2021. Let me go ahead and be honest with you. I had a brother reach out to me who's in prison. And the first thing he did when he reached out to me, he was like, bro, what broker should I get? I told him TD Ameritrade. This brother signed up for TD Ameritrade within 20 minutes on his smartphone. Signed up for the account I told him to sign up for. Grabbed the stock I told him to grab. But yet I have people in my community who I cannot get them to get away from Robinhood for nothing. And it's not that I can't get you guys to get away from Robinhood. It's the fact that I can't get you to go anywhere else. All right. I can't get you to invest in the TD Ameritrades or to go to the Fidelities, to go to the E-Trades. And what you guys have to do is realize that Robinhood created a moat. All righty. A moat is an advantage. Alrighty, there are companies out here such as banks and Walmart, like a bank. The reason why a bank would be considered a moat is because it costs to switch. There are switching costs. Alrighty, So when you go from bank to bank, you have to understand I have to create a new account. I have to take time out to go create this new account. I have to switch my money from this bank to the other. A lot of people don't want to do that. And when they do that, they create something called an economic moat for these companies. Alrighty? The reason why a bank has a moat is because of switching costs. You guys have essentially made Robinhood a moat because you just refuse to switch. And now the cost of switching is that they're slowing down transactions with Robinhood. We all know that, I'm having people, for the first time, probably in a year, I'm having people inboxing me, asking me how much does it cost to transfer from Robinhood to another firm. It costs. Alrighty, it costs, which now makes Robinhood, gives them that moat power because people see that it's going to cost. People are going to question themselves, and they're going to realize that, man, the switching costs might not be worth it. At least that's what they thought. But this week, we realized that it would have been worth it. Alrighty, if Brother Reno and Brother Jabbar, they were talking about, the limits that Robinhood places. We all know that unless you had money already in Robinhood, you probably wasn't able to invest like some of those large investors. So you had people that were depositing money in Robinhood, which we all know sometimes could take a day or two, up to a week, unless you have the instant deposit, and they limit that as well. Alrighty, so you had people that were getting it, and when they finally got in, they got in too late. Alrighty, they got in too late. All right, so they're upset. Now they're wanting to go and switch. Alrighty, and now they're going to realize that it's going to cost to make those switch. So Robinhood became a moat, and we really realized that over the last week. A platform that took 7 years to build up confidence in one day, and they lost it all in one day. They lost retail investor confidence in one day. Alrighty, they say their number one priority is to protect customers, but all they did was protect Melvin Capital, and they protected their interests. On Thursday, they got $1 billion loan, you know what I'm saying, to protect themselves. So before I take a break, I really want you guys to understand what you guys are dealing with Robinhood. All right, and the reason why I'm taking this break is so you guys could go ahead and research, where do you want to go next? Where are you going to move your funds? Because this week is going to be a crazy week. A lot of switching over, a lot of reinvesting into stock that you were invested in. So this week is going to be crazy. It's going to be up and down. I would really watch the volume. I recently, in my student group, I put in an article, and you guys can go to Yahoo Finance. There are 50 restricted stock on Robinhood. What Robinhood is doing you guys a favor. They're creating a 50 stock watch list for you. Alrighty. So what I really need you guys to do is go to this 50 stock, go to this article, look at that 50 stock watch list, and research those stock. Research those stock. All right. And, research them, decide if you want to jump in, and let's get this money moved over. We really have to get this money moved over. So while we take this break, I want you guys to research whether you're going to go to Fidelity, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade. Decide where you're going to go, all right? Take your time. Look into the Yahoo Finance article about the Robinhood and the 50 stock, and let's research those stock, okay? You have stocks such as AMC, who took a big jump up. All right. What you want to do with stock like that is you want to see whether that stock is considered overvalued and whether it's too late to jump in. Do I consider it too late to jump in? Yes. But what you can also do is pick out your entry points. Decide, say, hey, if it does drop down to $8, I might jump in. All righty. Research some of these companies. If you see some of these companies have a large amount of capital to invest or to reinvest, those are the type of companies you want to invest in. All right. So take that time, all right, to do that. So we're going to take a break. Go ahead and Google. Go ahead and research this thing. When we come back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about a little bit more about this, because, like I say, it's deeper than this. We have Janet Yellen, Yellen. She's working with Biden very closely. She works with Melvin Capital. All right. So this thing is very, very deep. All righty. Janet Yellen, is somebody who over the next 4 years, when it comes down to our money, she's very important. This is somebody who over the last year was paid $7 million to speak at firms such as Melvin Capital, Citadel LLC, which are all involved in this big circle with Robinhood. So we're going to talk about that a little bit when we come back. And we're going to also talk about some cryptocurrency and how that got pumped up and what we need to watch for with that. All right. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a brief break. WeathCare Power Plug Radio. All right, what's going on? What's going on, family? It's your boy Negus Royce Wheeler coming back to you, coming back to you. So what I'm gonna talk about now is I'm gonna talk a little bit more about Reddit. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Reddit is a awesome app. It's an awesome app. I wasn't really aware of it until this Robin Hood thing happened, but just with all the censor, the censorship and the climate that has been created so far in 2021, I went ahead and looked into it, and I went ahead and signed up because I'm as black people, we really have to, embrace channels that allow us to speak out and allow us to do things a little bit differently. Um, and the reason I say that is because we look for the help, and we try to embrace the differences, but sometimes when those differences and those different platforms and the ones that we aren't used to, when they come about, we get a little bit scared. And that's even with cryptocurrency. That's even with forums like Reddit. When you first go on there on your computer, it definitely looks a little bit confusing. But then, you have to really look at why it's there. I looked into Reddit, and they had like 30 different facts of Reddit, and I really didn't know that. This was a platform Barack Obama used when he wanted to really reach out to people, and he really opened it up to where people could ask some questions on Reddit. So I had to really, take a step back and realize, okay, this platform is sort of like cryptocurrency. If you look at cryptocurrency, nobody knows who the founder is or the true founder is. Nobody's ever seen them. And it's a lot of seclusion behind it. So when I looked at Reddit, I realized nobody knows who found Reddit. So when I saw that, that right there lets me know the mission. Because if you look at just the history of America and how things have been done, you have to realize the why. We've had people die who have tried to create their own currencies or try to bring a better financial system. You've had people who have been really hurt by trying to create differences and try to change systems. So when you have something like cryptocurrency or you have Reddit, and you see that the founders, nobody knows who the founder is, they do that for a reason, because they already know what comes behind change. Alrighty. So when you see things like that, you don't have to totally embrace it, but you should really take a look into it. All right. Another fact that I found: Reddit's founders, they considered themselves, they faked it until they made it. And it's kind of crazy because we really look negatively towards this, but they created a lot of fake profiles. They created a lot of fake profiles to try to get people to them. So that really opens the question up of how many companies, how many people are doing these things. And, that takes you back to even Facebook. People are getting robo-likes. People are doing these things to try to bring awareness to their platforms. But it takes years. Like I said, Barack Obama came on this platform years ago. We're talking about what? We're talking about 2 to 3 elections ago, 8 to 12 years ago. So this thing has been around supposedly since 2012. So we're talking about 9 years. They've only spent $500 on advertising. So this is a company that faked it until they made them. They spent $500 on advertising. But they also have a lot of great things. Reddit once helped build a wall in Kenya. All right. When you look into it, they built the wall. They were able to, assist the orphanage into getting $50,000 to $100,000 in funding to build the wall. So this platform, like I said, has been used. It's been used secretly. It's been used behind the scenes, but it's been used for good. They also have the world's largest Secret Santa, which includes people like Snoop Dogg. They had over 89,000 people from over 160 countries this past Christmas who were involved in the Secret Santa. So what I want you guys to do is go ahead and download the app, the Reddit app, to your phone. Take a look into it. Join a few groups. As an investor, it's good to join these groups. It's good to collaborate into these groups and see what people are thinking, because as we see, these groups lead the market. They sometimes take over the market. We call them pump and dumps, but let me tell you, it's really called the power of collaboration. That's what it's called. Called the power of collaboration, the power to come together and make a change. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you look at it, that is what it is. This is a group of people that came together to stop a company. Because let me tell you something about shorting the stock. That's the value of a company. You know what I'm saying? They came together to stop that power of you taking money from a company. You know what I'm saying? And when you really have to think about that, what is wrong with that? Do we like the company? Is that a company we use? No. But they showed the power of collaboration and they did it. And now what they're also doing is they're doing that with a coin called Dogecoin. 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 So after all the regulation happened with Robinhood, it looks and it appears that what a lot of companies did was a lot of people did was they took their gains and they went ahead and they put that in the crypto space. All righty. How do we look at that or how do we know that? Well, Friday morning, if you look, you notice that Bitcoin had been steady 31,000. You started to notice like, okay, crypto's 34,000, 38,000. Bitcoin, all of a sudden, you're seeing this jump in Dogecoin. Now, if you're an investor in cryptocurrency, and I want you guys, once again, get your paper and your pens. What you have to realize is a lot of times you have to buy Bitcoin in order to buy other coins. So you'll buy Bitcoin on Coinbase and you'll convert that Bitcoin into another coin that you may like, another coin that you see going up. But what happens is you buy that Bitcoin on apps that a lot of us use, such as Cash App. So I want you guys to really pay attention because I get these questions so much all the time. You'll buy the coin on Cash App and you'll transfer it to your Coinbase wallet. So you're already giving Bitcoin the love that it needs right there. You're giving it everything. You'll transfer that to your Coinbase, and if you go to Coinbase, you'll notice they have a lot of different coins. You'll see the usage of the coins. You'll see, their purpose. You'll see, the percentage they've gone down or whatever. And you'll say, hey, not only do I want to invest in Bitcoin, I want to get these other coins. How do I get the other coins? You get the other coins by converting from Bitcoin to those coins. So Bitcoin is the gatekeeper, period. Bitcoin is the gatekeeper, all righty? So in order to get this Dogecoin, you have to be on a platform that offers that, all righty? Most likely, you're going to transfer your Bitcoin to that platform. Bitcoin's the gatekeeper. Then you're going to go to that platform and convert that Bitcoin into Dogecoin, all right? Now, what happened was we have, those people who remain, who still wanted to stay on Robinhood, and they bought the Dogecoin on Robinhood. So what happens on Friday? Robinhood stops the sale and the buy of Dogecoin. Once again, trades are halted. Not only did you not take heed to the warning that they gave you earlier in the week with GameStop, you went ahead and invested more. All right? So let's just take a step back on a Sunday where we don't have anything to do and to think about that. We went and saw that they halted our money with GameStop and other stock, and we went ahead and bought Dogecoin on the same exact app that stopped billions of dollars. We're talking about $5 billion. All righty. So let's just think about that. All righty. So once again, we talk about moats, which are an advantage of a company. Robinhood has created the moat where you guys switching costs. That is part of that moat system. You guys just refuse to switch. Refuse to switch. All righty. So the cost came in the refusal to switch. That's it. That's where the cost came in. And me personally, what I did was I jumped out of Doge because you have to know the history of your coins, guys. You have to realize that this coin is a joke coin. That's what it's created as. There's no purpose of that. All righty. You have coins such as Ethereum, Litecoin. These coins were created for a purpose. You have Chainlink. These are smart contract coins. They were created for a purpose. This Dogecoin has no purpose at all. So, guys, please take heed. Honestly, I'm not a financial advisor, but Dogecoin is not a coin that I would stay in. All right. So I just wanted to really throw that out there to you guys. Join Reddit. Go ahead and download the app. Join a few groups. See what they're talking about. Alrighty. If you guys know me, you guys know I'm very big on black platforms. But man, I have to use my brain with this one. I don't care whether they black and white or Reddit. I'm gonna investigate and I'm going to listen. All right. I really don't care. There's nothing wrong with that app. Nothing at all. The news is making it look like it's a bad thing, but there is totally nothing wrong with Reddit. I've given you 5 facts of Reddit. Two of those, Reddit once helped to build a wall in Kenya. Reddit is responsible for the world's largest secret Santa, which includes celebrities like Snoop Dogg and others. All right, which I've given you positives about them. There are no negatives on Reddit besides what the news offers up. So go ahead and download the app. Go ahead and get in some of these groups and take heed. All right, take heed. Okay, so we're gonna take another break, and before I come back, I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna talk about when I come back. I got a few announcements for those who are in the credit space, who want to get more knowledge, learn about the credit space, and I also have some announcements as far as some classes coming up as far as cryptocurrency. We have a class for beginners coming up that's going to be powerful. It's not going to be taught by me. It's going to be hosted by WeathCare University, but it's going to be taught by Evan Jefferson, who, if you follow him or don't follow him, man, this brother goes hard when it comes to talking about the coins, helping beginners get the knowledge that they need. So we're going to talk about that a little bit when we come back. For now, what I want you guys to do is download the Reddit app. Alrighty, jump in a few groups involving cryptocurrency, jump in the Wall Street groups involving stock, and go ahead and make sure that you're properly set up on those platforms. All right, so you can go ahead and take advantage of what the people are talking about, because right now in 2021, the people are the ones moving the money, as we saw last week. All right, so I'm going to take a brief break and we're going to come back, and this is WeathCare Live on Power Plug Radio. All right, family. So what's going on, man? Just coming back to you guys just to wrap this thing up and talk to you about a few more topics before we do that, and just to put it on your brain for the upcoming week. Like I say, guys, pretty much the goal of this show. And before I walked in here, brother John, he told me, he was like, "Yeah, you've been telling us about Robin Hood. You've been telling us about the switch and everything." I have been saying that. So now it's time for some tough love, family, and it's time to make that switch. All right, it's time to use our brains. It's time to, look more into traditional brokers, look into full service brokers. Robinhood is not a full service broker. All right. Just like I had to explain to another brother this week who I know he invests very, very heavily. But right now it's tax season. So when I'm talking to people about tax deductions and doing things like that, I talk to them about their retirement account because your retirement account is a tax shelter. Alrighty, you have to understand that. Robinhood is not a tax shelter. Buying stock on there is not a tax shelter. There's nothing you can do on Robinhood that's going to give you any type of tax shelter effect. But you can go to these full service brokers, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Charles Schwab. These brokers are full service brokers that will make sure, just like they're currently doing their current clients, that you are taken care of properly and that your situation as far as your money will will best would be used to your advantage. I have people um speak on my brother. He he hit for $100,000 at the casino. Great, right? So what I have to do is sit him down. I'm like, okay, bro, what you need to do is automatically you and your wife should be maxing out your IRAs, and that's going to be an automatic deduction. That's $12,500 right there. All right, $12,500 right there that we're going to buy in stock, and not only is it going to grow, but it's going to be a tax deduction for you. All right, go ahead and invest in a few other things because this is the time of year where I get the most people, where I get more people coming to me and be like, why is it only that? Why is my refund only this? It's because you have to pay taxes on all of this stuff that you want me to do. You want me to put in your business in here, but you didn't pay any taxes on your business. But you want me to put in that you made $15,000. Well, guess what? They weren't taxing you then, but they're going to tax you now. All right. So, I had to really explain to the brother who is a real estate investor who uses real estate as his tax shelter that no, it's not good for our people to be on Robinhood when we could be putting that same money in individual retirement accounts, IRAs, and getting those tax deductions. All right. Understand that. We could be putting our money in IRAs, individual retirement accounts, and seeing deductions or possible tax shelters. All right. There are, and I want to applaud this because I've been doing a lot of taxes the last 2 weeks. A lot of you women are stepping up. A lot of you women are bringing in great income. You got these 2-3 kids, and you used to get 9,000-10,000 back, and you only getting 4,000, 5,000 back because you making that great money. I gotta applaud y'all. But we also have to look at, because you are in a different bracket now. Alrighty, you are in a totally different tax bracket when you're going past, to the $30,000, $40,000 range. It may not sound like much, but you are in a different tax bracket. It is time for you guys to invest in yourselves. Alrighty. So what I really want you guys to do this week is go to TD Ameritrade and open up some IRAs. Decide whether it's traditional or whether it's Roth. I have a class on that, so you can reach out to me if you guys want to do that. But go ahead and get some IRAs. Go ahead and get set up. All righty. This is how I'm going to tell you about this. I was watching Grant Cardone the other day. I was watching Grant Cardone the other day. Do you know this guy went and bought a whole plane the other day? He went and bought a whole plane, and you know why? Because his accountant called him and told him like, "Hey man, you finna be paying a lot of taxes. You got to make a move. You got to make a buy." Dude went and bought a whole plane to write off on his taxes. A whole plane. All right, that's how serious this is. That's how serious the 1% take their taxes. All right. So I want us to, position ourselves uh, properly. I want us to position ourselves properly. So let's go ahead and switch these accounts to TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, whatever. Let's pick out some great stock, historically great stock, economic moats. I did a class on that in my WeathCare student group. If you want to join that group, it's $20 for the year. We talked about economic moats, all right? Economic moat is a competitive advantage. And I'm going to give you an example. Walmart. What Walmart has done is, they've created a network where they have so many stores together in one area that if one store has it, the other store has it. So what that does is that keeps inventory down. Why have 10 stores in the same area with the same product over and over and over when I can put it online that this store has this product and just get it from another store? They've created an economic moat that these other stores can't create. You don't see 5 to 10 Targets in this area. You don't see 5 to 10 of any other store in this area really outside of Walmart and Publix. So they created a moat for themselves, an economic moat, where they could keep these stores in the same network, use the same product, and not have to keep a whole bunch of inventory. Walmart, great company to buy. But understand that they're a great company because they have a economic moat, M-O-A-T, all right? So look into those type of companies. Let's invest in these type of companies. Investing is not hard, family. You invest in what you use, all righty? Invest in what you use, okay? All right, if you need any advice, reach out to me, Negus Royce on Facebook, all right? Some other announcements we have for those in the credit repair space. We're doing a client dispute manager summit. We're going to have 2 lawyers on there. We're going to be talking about outsourcing credit repair. We're going to talk about just starting the credit repair business. All right. It's going to be very powerful. This is how I got into the credit repair game 5 years ago through client dispute manager. They taught me every single thing I know. All right, so I'm going to be dropping that flyer. I'm going to be giving that to Chandra so she could drop that. We're also going to be doing our intro to crypto for all of our beginners. If you have no cryptocurrency at all, if you have some cryptocurrency, if you're holding it on Cash App, this class will be for you. All right, we're going to be showing you how to gain interest on your crypto, just like the bank. But there are coins, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. There are cryptocurrency coins that are giving out 10 times what the bank is giving the interest, and it's growing. All right. So I just want you guys to know what I know. I want you guys to be hip to what I'm hip to. So we have our intro to crypto class going to be coming up February the 27th for $20. All righty. We have our client dispute manager summit that's going to be coming up. That is not, I believe that's $99. But man, it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's going to be recorded. We got 2 lawyers coming on there. They're going to be talking about how to monetize your violations. If you have violations of your credit report, they're going to have it to where you can reach out to them. All righty. If you have those violations on your report, it's not going to cost you anything. If they recognize the violations, then you're going to be looking at, $1,000 per violation. All right. So it's going to be 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's going to be recorded. The Client Dispute Manager Summit. So look out for that. That's pretty much what it is, guys. We're going to just look out for any type of investment information from me. I give it out every day. Stock, cryptocurrency, just money in general. All right. So once again, my name is Negus Royce Wheeler. I'm going to end it on that. We also have our book that's going to be dropping this week. I apologize for any delays. I know it's supposed to drop the 26th, but had a small issue that we have. We figured it out. So I'm going to be getting those to people this week, and also going to be dropping the link for the intro to crypto. I appreciate everybody's support. Once again, this is Power Plug Radio, online WeathCare Live. This is your boy Negus Royce Wheeler. Like I said, guys, paper and pen, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Stockpile.com, anything but Robinhood. Do y'all understand? Anything but Robinhood, okay? That's the motto for this week. Let's get our money away from any type of censorship. and let's get it into some full service brokers. All right. This is your boy Negus Royce Wheeler. Have a great day.